Welcome, guys and girls, childrens, and everyone else. To Randy's Den. Here tonight we have this is a Schauer, Schauer. Had this, actually trash picked this guy. It's a battery charger, solid state, and it is a 6 volt, 12 volt, and it goes from 1 volt up to 6 amps max. And there's a couple neat little things going on in this, and that's why I decided to do a video about it. So first I want to run you guys kind of through what's going on. You got your power coming in, your switch and your transformer. You hit your switch to 6 volt. It lights up this side, the small side of the transformer, and sends it on out the cord. Right here we have a real neat, very neat amp meter, and then we got the rectifier down here. It's got 2 diodes, and again, this is something very neat that I don't think I've ever seen before. Definitely not that type, and a couple other little oddities. And then it comes out to the clips, and then you got juice, and I got it hooked up to the dim bulb. So right now I'll give it some juice. And the switch is off. Now we are on. Switch is on. And I got a little battery just off here. Just off the screen. I gotta bring it in. Don't have enough room. Well, I can pop it to this little setup I made. Just cheap little. Woo! Cheap little what the hell is it called? Christmas lights that tag together. So it comes apart right here at the seams. So I use that to, to my 10 watt light. And once I give it some juice, that's 6 volt. And that's 12 volt and blasting you with. So you can see that it works. Now when I got it, I started going through it and I had nothing. It wasn't making noise or anything. And as I was poking through it, there was some really strange things going on. I gotta tell you, I'll bring you in and show you here. If this thing will calm down for a second. First is, you gotta look. This is the oddest, by far, diode bridge rectifier I've ever seen. It actually has the diode, which is right there, that tiny little gimmick there, and then one right here that it goes through. That light stops moving right there. It's a little tiny cylinder. And the other odd thing, I'll show you the front. Get a good look at it. You can see the amp meter right here. How strange that is. Figuring you'd have 2 connections in the back, right? Like a normal amp meter. Nope. This one's even a little bit neater. This kind of does the hands-off approach, I guess you could say. It actually has one of the windings wrapped right around the back of it. So is what it's doing. It's using the induction as current flows. It's the right-hand rule, okay? When you got current flowing this way, which my thumb is pointed, so current's flowing that way. Whoop. Come on. That way. Okay, that way, okay? And if you point your thumb that way with your right hand, this shows the field lines. They're going round like this, round and around. So that's what tells you how your current's going. And this is sensing it. This is a current sense right here. Is what's going on. Get it in the shot. It's hard to look at from right there. I'm going to have to go handheld, and that's horrible. I apologize, too, for one of my last videos. I was moving the camera around. I made myself dizzy watching it, and I apologize to you guys for doing that. I got to work with something that makes that a lot better, because it was atrocious. I was very not happy with myself. Let me get this hooked up to the battery. And I'll get it going again. 12 volt. And as you can see, I'll shut it off so then it goes back down. See how it pops up? Was running about 1.5 amps out of it. The battery's pretty much full, so it's probably, I don't have any dead batteries. In fact, no, I have one totally dead battery, and I popped it open and there was nothing in it. No liquid, no nothing, and I got enough of them. I didn't even want to try to rehab it, so I'm shipping it. But anyways, I gotta show you guys that thing. It's neat. Again, right there, you can see this guy right here. You see the wraps on it. Right there, looks like 4 wraps. So if you actually go through and test it, and if it's reading high or reading low, if it's reading high, then you just, it would be, oh my god, brain dead right now. You would add a wrap, and that would add more to the front here, to the meter readings. And if you're reading too high, to back it off, you would unwind one winding, or a half winding. If you can see these little clips right here. You know, the finger thing just doesn't work. This thing does. Get my hands on it. These little guys right here, that, and this one right here, hold the wires in. You can pull it in and let one wire out if you had to, or even wind another one in until you run out of room. And then down in here, this guy is a circuit breaker, and them things are pretty neat. I'll show you one of them taken apart so you get to see the insides. Again, the transformer, it's got two windings. One's a coarse winding right here, and about half the size, a fine winding on that side. And then here is our rectifier. And see them little, I'm just under it right now. They're little black things. And then this freaking wire's in the way every time. Are you kidding me? And underneath that one, yeah. And I've never seen a rectifier that looked like this ever. This whole unit here. I had to do some testing on it just to make sure there was a diode there. It was pretty neat, but as you can see on the back, I was getting a diode drop. 0.471 in diode mode was the diode, or the voltage drop across, touching the plate right here to the wire here. And the same on the other side, that was the diode drop. Yeah, really neat little setup here. And then I wanted to pull the transformer, because if you see the gap, there's a little gap right there, and I wanted to see if there's a thermal fuse in there. And if you look down in here, it's actually welded. I've always seen them with the big square base and they're top riveted on. And if you look on this side, right there, you can see that one's, let me pick it up just a little bit so you can see it a little better. Yeah, welded. I'd never seen that before. If I show you the bottom, I hope it shows up on the camera. Yeah, see the 2 black spots right there? That's right where it's welded. Right there and right there. This is an oldie here. It's a Schauer, S-C-H-A-U-E-R, again, Chargemaster, and there's the model number right there, 0125-06. So, yeah, it's pretty darn neat. I want to show you, while you're here, if I can get this to work right. Is there going to be too much glare on it? Yeah, watch the needle. It's hard to do it with that hand. And hold this. Let me get it in the other hand. Ow. As I bring it up to where the coil windings are, this is how it's working here. See it stick? It just points right to it. Now if I take it off, whoop, points right at where them field lines are. Again, that's just the field lines that you'd have in electromagnets. Everything, wires have it. Everything that conducts any electricity has field lines, and that's what they're doing to move that. So, yeah, it's pretty neat stuff. Let me get you hung back up here so I'm not so wobbly. Yeah, like I said, when I got it, nothing was happening. The transformer wasn't making any noise. There was absolutely zero going on this thing. So, when I was poking around, just kind of seeing what was going on with things, is what I did was I found like every other connection. That was all that was wrong with it. Was every connection was bad. So I cleaned up all the connections on it, all the little connections off the transformer on this side. I pulled them off and then cleaned them up, put them back on, and then wiggled them to make sure they bite in real good. And then it fired right up. It works on 6 volt and 12 volt. I know you probably can't hear it, but you can actually hear it once you click it on. And you can feel it. You can feel that little vibration down through it. So, yeah, I can't complain. Nice oldie but a goodie here. Definitely a nice little setup for sure. And as I told you, I wanted to show you how these circuit breakers work. And all they are is basically like almost a thermal breaker is what they are. It's just another bimetal strip that's on the bottom here. And as what happens is it's always closed until this gets hot, and this is the current going across it. Okay? So it's always going across it until the amperage makes this heat up, and when it does, I'll see if I can get it to, sometimes you can get them to pop. Yeah, it won't pop, but it'll boop, pop out, and then once it cools back down, it'll pop back in, and that's the difference in the two metals that come together. When you got a softer metal and a harder metal here, say aluminum and steel, when they heat up, they expand at different rates, and as they do, one will overtake the other. Is what it'll do. It can't expand over top of it, so it'll push up on it and make it flex, and that's all it's doing. Basically, is what it's doing technically is warping the metal, but it's in a controlled way, which makes it works. So, yeah, pretty neat. I actually got a few of them here that I got to test out, make sure that they work good. And I know I'd taken one of them apart that was junk, that was not working, and I thought it was junk, but all that was wrong was just really nasty in the bottom and dirty, and the contacts were pretty nasty looking. So I got them cleaned up, but yeah, that's exactly how it works. I'll bring it right up here so you can see it. And as you can see, that's the little flapper where my thumbnail is. Right there. Boink. Yeah. Whee! All kinds of goodies here. And now I got another meter, a panel meter again, amp meter. And this one's doing the same type of deal right here. This one, if you look in the back of it, this one had one wire going through. It was for a bigger, it was junk. I would have done a video about it, but the transformer was just totally toasted on it. It was dead short, burnt right up. I stripped it right apart, in fact. But it had one big cord going through here, and that's how it adjusted the amperage and read that. Pretty neat though. And then the more times you put it through, is the more it's going to pick up the magnetic field and increase it, which will increase the reading. So, yeah, that's how that one works. And I wanted to show you guys. Oh yeah, I got just what you can do with the little panel meter. This is one that I made up. This is just a DC voltage meter, and all I did is just soldered two wires on the back, a red and a black one, with the little gator gimmicks, and clamp it on. And I'll move so I can show you that it works. Let me move you in so you can see something maybe too. Yeah, I'll put it right on here. You know what? I'll just clip these right to it. Well, now it should be about 12.5 to 12.8. Oh, not that, the battery. I'm thinking of the battery. But yeah, you can see it work, and that's all it is. Just a simple little panel meter that I had nothing for it. I want digital anyway. If I was going to get anything, I got a couple here. So that's what I use that for, and that works good. I want to run that one through a wire if I could to show you guys. I'm going to turn this off so I don't get sparks flying all over. Move you back, and I'm hoping to push it through these. Where'd it go? Right here. Oh, it ain't gonna go, is it? I'll have to just grab a wire. Oh, I got an idea. I got an idea to do it. Okay, I got the meter hooked up. I got it in the 10 amp setup. That's what I got the buttons on. Let me get this out of here so it's not distracting you guys or me. Run through. Now I'm basically gonna pop it to the battery. That's putting the meter right in line with it, and you should see some movement on this guy here too. Make sure you can see it. Yeah, beautiful. Now I'll give it a go. That is on, and nothing. Get nothing from it. I might have to try shorting them out. Go to this one. That's 5 shorted out. It's barely moving. So yeah, I guess it takes some big current to get that. As you can see, it's reading 5. I'm not getting that through where it's running from. Let me try it on there just in case it's picking up. It's got to be picking up some of the, might be having interference in there. Nope, still nothing. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it doesn't even work. I'm not sure. I need to open it up. And as you can see at that light flashing, I got it on Mr. Dim Bulb here for your safety and mine. Again, you do have mains voltage coming in here, so this ain't something you want to play with. If you need to, learn about it. It's definitely fun to learn about and get into the electronics. I've only been doing it for a year and a half, maybe 2 years, where I really got into it. I just kind of knew. Basically, I didn't know what a capacitor was when I first started out, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I just watch videos all the time and just keep learning more and more and enjoy it. So yeah, that's what I recommend to everyone that isn't quite is comfortable working around this stuff, you know. And if you are comfortable but a little bit wild with it, then you got to be careful. Make sure you're using things that keep you safe, and you also remember to keep. It's not even about you if you got kids or that, or I got nephews, and if they come over, they might be grabbing on the stuff, and if I don't have it safe, then something could happen, and you definitely don't want to hurt someone else too, because I know I'd feel guilty as hell if I did that, so I'd hate for anyone else to have to feel that too. So yeah, that's about all this guy's about. Pretty neat to find something trashed and get a little bit of treasure out of it, I guess. I've had it working again on the 6 volt. I could pop it. I don't understand that panel, why that wasn't working, but whatever. I still got to paint these. These are nasty when I got it. These things were just corroded. You can see all the oxidation on them. View. So I'm gonna work on my camera skills too, because they suck. Hopefully I can get a little bit better. Either a camera or my buddy's looking into tablet, which is supposed to be a lot better because I can't stand it when my videos are stopped and everything else and cut up and in 5 parts. There, that lights. I don't want to run it too long because I don't want to burn off the plastic on there. But then I got another, getting back to the old times, tip of the day for you guys. And for that, I just got my PS little power supply running in the back. Just charging up a battery that I've been having trouble with. I'll show you in a second. Just that little guy right there. 16 volts, just at 50 milliamps. Alright guys, what we got here is basically that's a knob, a shift knob or whatever, and put it in a vise. Well, it's a nice knob, you don't want to mark it up or anything. There's a couple things you could do. Everyone, they show blocks, putting blocks on their vices and this and that, and I like that idea. I'll give them credit, that's a good one. Is what I did is I just took some strapping. This is some of that strapping for tractor trailers use. And as you can see, the ends were furled, so I just took a lighter, ran it along them. I got a bunch of them cut, and even better is just a piece of rubber. This is off a tire tube, just a tube that I cut some of these. I got the little holes in it to hang it, and I just put that around the knob, and I don't want to mark it up, but I want to hold it stiff too. And just put the pliers on it. Oh, get on the middle of it. And give her a twist. And here she comes. And she's off. And again, you can see the blue here. Yeah, it is. That's just, where are we? Little blue, if you can see it on my fingertips there. Blue Loctite that's down in there. That's why they're so hard to break. And obviously if you heat it, you'll just ruin the thing. But as you can see, no marks. So that's always a nice thing. I've had nuts are actually the problem. Nuts. Gotta hate nuts. When you stick the threads in here, stick the threads in anywhere, and then you tighten it, and then you're banging on it, whatever you're doing, you end up marking the crap out of it. Or if you try to hold it with the vise, it'll spin. And that's kind of what's nice about having the strapping here. Just it was actually a whole roll of strapping, so I got a couple. I had one longer one but you just need enough to wrap around it like this, and once you stick it in the vise, I mean, you can't. It's like the strap just binds right to it. Them fibers just bond right to it. I started off using the rubber on this to break it loose here, and that was just to loosen it up because I wasn't sure if the rubber was even going to hold it enough. The strap didn't, actually, to believe it or not. I tried the strap, and it just spun because it's round, so there's a little bit of surface area that you're grabbing onto. So, yeah, that's my tip for the day. Don't want to pee into the wind. Oh, I mean, the strap thing, that's my tip. That's my real tip. But I appreciate you guys very much. I love it. You guys, hopefully you come back. Hopefully you stuck around to the end. I love having you guys checking out my videos. And stop back for more. Appreciate it much. And have a great day.